I know that I talked about aliens and UFOs last week, and today is a little bit more space related news. I read a few months ago that Nokia, the cell phone, you remember probably like the first cell phones had these little compact, indestructible cell phones, is kind of the joke about them now. But they won a contract from NASA to put cell phone service on the moon, and that I just kind of just read the headline and thought, well, I need to come back to that. Well, I finally got back to it yesterday, um, and when I heard about it, I thought, why are we putting cell phones on the moon? We're so far away from being able to live there, and I thought, well, maybe Nokia is just it's thinking so far into the future that they're already thinking about people living there when that may be possible. But I thought we're not ready for that yet. But then I read the article, and here's what Nokia said. There's actually another reason. They said that cellular connectivity on the moon will facilitate wireless command and control functions, remote control of lunar rovers, real time navigation, and streaming of high definition video. So it's basically setting up all the things, all the probes and the landers that we send there now. It's able to stream the information that they're gathering to us quicker. Would be, and I guess they're supposed to try to do this by the end of 2022, which would be next year. But the goal is for a long term presence on the moon by 2030, which is less than 10 years from now. So, probably in my lifetime. I don't think we're going to make that goal, but anyway. So, here's where I'm headed with this today. I told you on Tuesday about a brief moment of discouragement and encouraged us to find ways to process those things, people to work through those things, and just keep moving forward and for us to encourage others to be part of their therapy, I guess, and moving forward. But then instead of discouraging thoughts, I read stories like this today about cell phone service on the moon. Think about the amazing things that we can do now. If you watch the news at all, if you're of any age, you're probably just blown away that we have self-driving cars now. Not completely flawless, but the cell phones, the information we have at our fingertips, all the kind of technology, all the innovations, medical advances that have made really in the last year because of COVID. And just think about all the things that would seem miraculous to people who lived hundreds of years ago and things that they never even thought of. About 20 years ago, I was living in New Jersey, and I know I probably haven't told this story here, but I've probably told it to my congregation. So for all of those people who are watching from my New Jersey contacts, there was an older gentleman. I'm sure he's long deceased now, but I believe his name was Walter. And we were sitting in church on a Sunday evening, and it was like a missions focus. And we had just a regular old speakerphone, right? And we were calling up some missionaries, I believe, in South America somewhere. And Walter couldn't fathom how we could be sitting there in the church in New Jersey talking to someone in a different country on a speakerphone. And I still remember my wife and I still laugh about it. They said, "You mean to tell me I'm sitting here in this church talking to somebody?" And it just blew his mind that we were talking to somebody in a foreign country. Well, Walter's mind would really be blown today, right? We're talking about cell phone service on the moon. Um, and as I thought about that article, and I wanted to share that with you today, my mind went to this verse um, when I was thinking about all the things that man has discovered. In Isaiah chapter 9, verse 2, it says this: "The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of the shadow living in the shadow of death, a light has dawned." And I began to think about. I think I was thinking in the context of inventions and technology and all those sorts of things. The amazing thing, thinking about that as the great light, but that's really not what the verses talk about. We live in an amazing world, and things that we couldn't have comprehended 20 years ago happen every day now. And we've made a lot of progress technologically, but I really wonder if humanity has made any progress. We have technologically great news, and spiritually and materially, the news isn't any much different. But the light that Isaiah is talking about here in chapter 9 is not the light of technology or inventions or innovation, but the blessing of God and the revelation of God in difficult times. So I'd close with that today. Be reminded today that with all the great things we can accomplish with technology in our world, none of it is required to talk to God. So take some time today. Get off your phone. Get off social media. Turn the cell phone off. It probably needs a rest. And open the Word. Listen for the Spirit of God and look for the great light of the world to speak to you. And I would just leave you with that today. I'm planning to take a few weeks off. This may be the last one for a few weeks. And I'm going to take a vacation and probably set up this. There may be a change in the schedule when I return, maybe a time change, day change. I don't know. But I say that a lot and it doesn't happen, but we'll see. But anyway, have a blessed couple of weeks. And I will see you then. Have a great day.